Hi friends, it's Linda here, and this week we're talking about frog myths. And the frog in particular that I want to talk about is known as an American toad. So they're a bit of a land frog, but when I was a little kid, everybody used to tell me that if I picked up a toad with my bare hands, that I might get warts on my fingers. Now, if you're not sure what a wart is, you can Google it later. But that's a myth. You don't get warts on your hands from picking up a toad. I'm not sure where that myth came from. Let's take a look at him. As you can see, the toad has very bumpy skin, and that's probably where the myth about the warts came from. But toads like to spend a lot of time on land, but you can also find them in the water, especially during the spring. And the cool thing about frogs is that you don't have to see them to know that they're there. You can learn to recognize all the different calls they make. The leopard frog is the easiest to identify because of those round black dots, and he's got an interesting call. Remember that frogs breathe through their skin, so they're covered in a protective slime. If you're going to pick one up, make sure your hands are nice and wet so that the slime doesn't go away. And the green frog looks very similar to the bullfrog. He is a little bit smaller, but they also have a ridge that goes behind their ear and down the side of their body. The bullfrog doesn't have this. You can see that the ridge actually stops just behind the ear. And the two of them have very different, distinctive calls. The spring peeper is a very small frog, and it has an X mark on its back. And for being such a tiny frog, he has a very loud call. The gray tree frog has camouflaging abilities. Sometimes he's a shade of gray, sometimes he's a shade of green. And he's got little suction cups on his feet, making him a great climber. Here you can see he's much more gray with a nice gray background. And here he's camouflaging just like the tree bark. They have an amazing call. It's a beautiful day. Don't forget to get outside and enjoy nature.